Hello, welcome to the SmartHealth New York web application. The purpose of this application is to help persons who are trying to find out more information about hospitals in their area learn how they dealt with past conditions such as heart attack, heart failure, and pneumonia. This web application will help a user to find specific hospitals as well as ones in their counties and in New York State at large and compare them based on metrics that we've computed. We'll start today by showing you some working examples. First of all, we'll submit a query for Tompkins County, then Oneida County, then we'll search by zip code, and then finally by the name of a city. After that, we'll show you a non-working example, and then finish up by showing you the API. We'll begin with Tompkins County. So in the search box, I can just go ahead and type Tompkins. The system is smart enough to know that this is Tompkins County. And for Tompkins County, I want to see the metrics of all the hospitals and how they dealt with heart failure. Here we go. So this is the search results screen. And on this screen, you notice that there's only one pin on the Google Maps API here. This one pin is actually Cayuga Medical, a hospital that all Cornell students should know very well. Clicking on the pin allows us to see the name, city, address, hospital rank, and then particular information relating to heart failure for this hospital. If I were to submit this query again using pneumonia and typing in Tompkins again, you'll actually see this information change for the pneumonia query. Now, this system also shows some particulars here. If you zoom out, you notice that this is the only pin there, but if this were a broader search, you'll see other pins on this marker, which you'll see shortly. On the right-hand side of this web page, we see a list of all the relevant hospitals and then some general county information, such as the density. This density is the square miles divided by the number of people. So we see that the population density for Tompkins County is almost 214. We'll move on to Oneida County. So we'll just submit the query for Oneida. If we typed in Oneida County, that will work as well, but just for purposes of time, we'll use Oneida. And then as you can see, we zoom in on this principal hospital here. This is the Rome Memorial Hospital in Oneida County. However, there are other hospitals that are there. So if we zoom out a bit, we'll actually see more hospitals in Oneida County. Oneida County is kind of large, just in terms of square miles, and it sits right to the east of Syracuse. And there are 4 hospitals basically, well, 5 in total, that sit in this county. Again, just like with Tompkins County, you can click on each hospital to find out their rank and other information. This time we use heart attack just as the default, just to learn about the different hospitals and how they compared. Great. Now we'll show off some other aspects of this system, such as searching by zip code. And what we'll do is I'm just going to choose a zip code here that I know is in New York State, 11580, and submit the query for that. This brings us to our friends in Nassau County, which is principally around Long Island. In Long Island, you can see a list of all the hospitals that really relate to this county. And as you can notice, that they kind of follow this pattern of the county there, which is right to the east of Queens, not so much into like the Hamptons area of Long Island. And again, for each of these hospitals, you're able to click through and learn which ones, and compare which ones you think are the best ones, and just make an informed decision about where you'd like to receive your healthcare from. An important note here is that right now, the markers are computed with the lowest rank first. So with the lowest rank hospital, taking the principal marker such as A, and then following that B, C, D, etc. So you'll always know which one is the pre-computed best hospital based on the metrics that are provided. Great. We'll now move into our last working example showcase, and this is going to be for Binghamton, New York. So Binghamton is in Brome County, and this is a city in Brome County. As you can see, the system was smart enough to not just have to go off of counties, but to detect cities as well. Again, we used A here to show Our Lady of Lourdes being the better one in Brome County. Just to show off again, let's change the disease to heart failure, and let's type in Binghamton one last time to see how that changes. Great. Okay, now I'm going to take us back to the home page. And then from here, I'm going to just show you what will happen if the system gets a query that doesn't exist. So I'm going to type, of which results don't exist. I'm going to type in New Jersey here. And then you'll see that it actually suggests to you to change the county to Tompkins County or to Kings County. We'd like this to be more dynamic. We'd like this to change so that you can actually see a list of counties and have this very clickable, very hyperlinked, very connected, so that the user has a very easy time learning about the service. All right. Now, to show off just the back end a bit, instead of going deep into the code, what we'll do is we'll actually showcase how this system would work with respect to the RESTful API. We're only going to be showcasing the GET operations here, and we'll start off by showing a list of all the counties in JSON format. As you can see, what this does is that I have a plugin called JSON Viewer installed for Mozilla Firefox, and this allows me to collapse and expand all of the counties. But of particular importance is one like, say, Queens County, whereas not only do you have a link to the actual individual instance of a county, but you have a list of all the hospitals in that county, which of course makes this very connected and very useful. For instance, we'll move over to county, this single instance, and we see that this is Queens County, and this is just the one unique instance of this. From this link, I'll also go over to the hospitals, and you'll see the one unique instance of this hospital, which is Elmhurst Hospital Center in this county. Now, our results default to JSON, but we actually do have an XML representation of these results as well, which you can see we just changed the file extension and those were shown. And also, our final representation is the RDF XML, which really works with linked data. This really works for linked data. You'll notice that all of these are actual namespaces. These do actually exist, but for two, the SHNY, so SmartHealth New York, efficacy score, and hospital rank, which is something that we computed based on the other metrics that we had here. So these namespaces are not actually connected, but these are our local namespaces. Great, well, this is really all that we have to show you for our SmartHealth New York system. We hope you enjoyed this demo and would be willing to take any questions about this. Thank you.